When a woman truly loves you, only 1% of men truly understand the signs. Welcome, everyone! Modern relationships are like navigating a minefield. Have you ever been with a woman and wondered if she's genuinely committed to you or just passing time until someone better comes along? The truth is, most men struggle to tell the difference between real love and manipulation. But today, the Stoic mindset is here with the perfect guide: 10 things women do when they truly love you. These aren't empty theories, but raw truths backed by timeless wisdom and modern insights into relationship dynamics. By the end of this video, you'll have the tools to recognize true love and avoid wasting time on someone who's not right for you. So, if you're ready to uncover the truth about relationships, drop a comment saying, "I'm ready to know the truth," and stick with the Stoic mindset until the very end. Relationships today are more complex than ever. Social media, dating apps, and a culture of instant gratification blur the line between genuine connection and fleeting attraction. Yet, despite all the noise, there are timeless truths about love that haven't changed for centuries. Here's the deal: when a woman truly loves a man, it's not about how much money he makes or how many abs he has. It's about how he makes her feel, how he fits into her life, and how she envisions a future with him. The problem: most men are blind to the signs of true love. They get distracted by looks or lose themselves trying to please a woman who doesn't value them. But not today. Today, we're diving into 10 undeniable signs that a woman truly loves you. These aren't cheesy Instagram quotes or outdated cliches about romance. These are practical insights you can apply right now to evaluate your relationship. If you're ready to see the truth, stay with the Stoic mindset. Don't just watch, engage. Drop your thoughts in the comments, share your experiences, and subscribe to the Stoic Mindset channel. By doing so, you're helping YouTube share this content with more men who need it right now. Most modern relationships revolve around convenience, chasing what's easy, fun, or feels good in the moment. But a woman who truly loves you doesn't care about easy. She cares about real. True love pushes you to grow, even if it means shaking up your comfort zone. She sees the person you could become and won't let you settle for less. Some of you might think, "I don't want someone constantly challenging me. Isn't love supposed to feel good? Sure, love should bring joy." But here's a question: do you want to coast through life and be average, or work hard and be extraordinary? A woman who loves you will always choose extraordinary, even if it makes you uncomfortable for a bit. Let's break it down with a real scenario. Say you're stuck in a dead-end job. You've been complaining about it for months, saying how much you hate it, but you haven't done anything to change. A woman who loves you won't just sit there and say, "It's okay, babe, you'll figure it out." No, she'll say, "You've talked about starting your own business. What's holding you back? Let's make a plan. I've got your back, but you need to act." She's not nagging or making you feel small. She's doing it because she believes in you. That kind of belief is powerful. It can change your life, but only if you're willing to rise to the challenge. Think about it. If she's pushing you to grow, she's investing in your future. That's not selfishness, that's love. She doesn't want you to live a mediocre life. She wants you to rise up. And if you're honest with yourself, isn't that the kind of partner you've always wanted? Someone who sees your potential and won't let you waste it. Quick reflection: have you ever been with someone who truly pushed you to grow? How did it change you? Share your thoughts in the comments. The Stoic mindset wants to hear your story. Loyalty is a word thrown around a lot, but how many people in your life are truly loyal? In today's world, where gossip spreads fast and tearing others down is even faster, Loyalty is rare, but a woman who truly loves you. Her loyalty is unshakable, especially when it comes to defending your honor. Picture this: you're not around, and someone starts badmouthing you. Maybe it's a friend making a snide remark or a jealous coworker undermining your success. Does she laugh along, or does she shut it down? A woman who loves you won't tolerate anyone disrespecting you. Even when you're not there, she's your biggest cheerleader and will defend your honor as fiercely as she defends her own. This isn't just loyalty, it's respect. When she stands up for you, she's showing she values who you are. It's like she's saying, "This is my man, and I won't let anyone drag him down." That kind of loyalty is priceless. Now, let's address the flip side. Some guys might think, "I don't need a woman to protect me. I can handle myself." And that's true. You're capable. But having a partner who's got your back is a whole different level of security. It's not about whether you need her to defend you. It's about what her actions say about her feelings for you. Imagine you've had a rough week at work, and she overhears someone unfairly criticizing you. Instead of brushing it off, she steps in and says, "Actually, you don't know the full story. He's been working hard, and I think he deserves more credit than that." That's loyalty. That's love. Modern culture often paints love as being attached at the hip 24/7. Constant texting, no personal space. But that's not love, that's codependency. True love, the kind that lasts, is built on mutual respect. One of the clearest signs of respect: a woman who honors your boundaries. Let's talk boundaries. As a man, your boundaries are sacred. They're the lines you draw to protect your energy, time, and mental health. A woman who loves you gets that. She doesn't see your boundaries as a threat, but as a sign of self-respect. And because she respects you, she respects those boundaries too. Imagine you're someone who needs alone time to recharge after a long day. You tell her, "I need an hour to unwind before we talk." A woman who loves you will say, "I get it, take your time." She won't take it personally or guilt trip you for needing space. Instead, she'll give you that time because she knows a better, refreshed version of you is better for both of you. Now, flip the script. What happens when a woman doesn't respect your boundaries? She might say things like, "Why do you need space? Don't you love me anymore?" Or worse, she ignores your boundaries completely, texting or calling nonstop even when you've said you need time to focus or rest. That's not love, that's control. There's a huge difference. Here's the bottom line: boundaries aren't just about saying no to her. They're about saying yes to yourself. It's about prioritizing your well-being so you can show up as your best self in the relationship. A woman who loves you will understand and support that. Listening, real listening, is an act of love. It's not just hearing words and nodding along. It's understanding, empathizing, and connecting with what's being said. A woman who truly loves you makes you feel like your words matter. She doesn't just hear you, she absorbs what you're sharing and responds in a way that makes you feel valued. Think about how rare this is. In today's world, where everyone's glued to their phones and distracted by notifications, listening is a lost art. But a woman who loves you, she puts her phone down, looks you in the eye, and gives you her full attention because she cares about what you're thinking. Let's dig deeper. Imagine you come home after a stressful day and start venting about everything that went wrong: a tough boss, a frustrating coworker. A woman who doesn't care might listen half-heartedly, offering generic responses like, "That sucks," or "No." But a woman who loves you, she'll engage, she'll ask, "What did your boss say?" Or, "How are you going to handle that coworker?" She's invested in your story because your problems matter to her. it's not just the big conversations. Love often shows up in the small moments. Maybe you're talking about something mundane, like a movie you watched or a new restaurant you want to try. If she remembers those details later, like suggesting that restaurant for your next date, that's her showing she's listening, even when it's not a big deal. Now, consider the opposite. What happens when a woman doesn't listen? You feel like you're talking to a wall. You might even start wondering if your voice matters at all. That's not love. That's indifference. And if there's one thing you should never tolerate, it's being with someone who makes you feel like your thoughts and feelings don't matter. Listening isn't just about words, it's about connection. When a woman truly listens, she's saying, "I see you, I hear you, and I care about you." Isn't that what every man wants in a partner? Compromise is the foundation of any strong relationship, but there's a big difference between compromise and losing yourself. A woman who truly loves you understands this balance. She's willing to adapt to the relationship's needs without sacrificing who she is. This kind of love is rare, but when you find it, it changes your life. Let's break it down. Say you love spending weekends hiking or fishing. If she's never done those things but makes an effort to join you because she knows they matter to you, that's love. She's stepping out of her comfort zone to share your world. But, and this is key, she doesn't abandon her own interests in the process. She still makes time for her yoga class, book club, or painting hobby because those things make her who she is. A healthy relationship is the blending of two complete individuals, not one person dissolving into the other. A woman who loves you will want to integrate her life with yours, but not at the cost of her identity. This balance shows maturity and a deep understanding of what it takes to build a lasting relationship. Now, let's look at the flip side. Imagine a woman who drops everything, her hobbies, friends, goals, for the relationship. At first, it might feel flattering, but over time, it becomes suffocating. Why? Because someone who loses themselves in a relationship often becomes resentful or overly dependent. True love isn't about losing your identity, it's about growing together while staying true to yourselves. Say you're an ambitious guy with a demanding job and irregular hours. She might adapt by planning dates that fit your schedule or learning to enjoy her own time when you're busy. But she'll still pursue her own career and passions, showing you she values her independence as much as she values your relationship. This kind of love is powerful because it's rooted in mutual respect. She respects who you are, and she expects you to respect her in return. Together, you create a relationship where both of you can thrive. Love isn't just about attraction or shared interests. It's about connection, and connection comes from understanding. A woman who truly loves you makes it her mission to know you deeply. She won't settle for surface-level stuff like your favorite food or sports team. She'll dig deeper, learning about your dreams, fears, quirks, and everything that makes you tick. Think about how this plays out in real life. Maybe you casually mention you've always wanted to travel to Japan. Months later, she surprises you with a travel guidebook or starts asking about the cities you want to visit. That's not just thoughtfulness, that's love. She's showing you she listens, remembers, and cares about what excites you. But it goes beyond remembering details. A woman who loves you also notices what you don't say. She'll pick up on when something's off, even if you're not vocalizing it. Maybe one evening, you're unusually quiet. Instead of ignoring it, she'll ask, "Everything okay? You seem a little off today." That kind of emotional intelligence is rare, but it's a hallmark of true love. A woman who loves you doesn't just understand you. She uses that understanding to support you in practical ways. If she knows you're not a morning person, she might plan activities for the afternoon or evening. If she knows you're stressed about an upcoming presentation, she might offer to help you practice or cook your favorite meal to help you unwind. These small acts of care show she's in the relationship for you, not just herself. Love isn't just about sharing laughs or enjoying the moment. It's about creating a shared vision for the future. A woman who truly loves you won't passively wait for you to lead the way. She knows a strong relationship takes teamwork, and she's ready to put in the effort to build the life you both want. Let's see how this looks in real life. Say you're dating someone who always asks, "Where is this relationship going?" That's a fair question, but a woman who loves you does more than ask. She doesn't just wonder about the direction. She offers ideas, suggestions, and plans for the road ahead. She's not waiting for you to make every decision. She's an active partner in shaping your shared future. For example, say you've been together for a while, and she knows you dream of owning a home. Instead of leaving you to figure it out, she starts researching neighborhoods, looking at houses, or even suggesting ways to save for a down payment. That's love in action. She's showing you she's not just a passenger, but a co-pilot in your relationship. Let's be clear, being proactive doesn't mean she'll dominate the relationship or try to control your life. It's about balance. She respects your leadership, but is confident enough to contribute her own ideas and effort. She shows you she values the relationship enough to invest her time, energy, and resources into it. Compare that to someone who's passive. She waits for you to plan every date, make every decision, and carry the entire weight of the relationship. Over time, that kind of one-sided effort gets exhausting. True love isn't a one-way street. A woman who loves you understands that a relationship takes both of you. She's ready to do her part, whether it's making sacrifices, taking initiative, or offering emotional support when you need it. Picture this. You're grinding away at work, putting in long hours to get ahead. Instead of complaining about the time you're spending on your career, she takes on chores to lighten your load. She might do the grocery shopping, cook dinner, or even surprise you with a small gift to lift your spirits. She's showing you through her actions that she supports your success and, by extension, your shared future. That level of commitment is rare, but it's a clear sign of true love. Grand romantic gestures are great for Instagram, but they're not what sustain a relationship. True love isn't about flash, it's about consistency. A woman who truly loves you understands that it's the small, everyday acts of love that matter most. These gestures might seem insignificant on their own, but over time, they build a foundation of trust, connection, and intimacy. Let's break it down. A woman who loves you doesn't need to do big things to show she cares. Instead, she weaves affection into the little details of your daily life. Maybe it's how she remembers exactly how you like your coffee and has it ready for you every morning. Maybe it's the little notes she slips into your bag before you head to work. Or maybe it's the way she gently touches your shoulder as she passes by, quietly reminding you she's there. These small gestures might not seem like much at first, but they carry immense power. Why? Because they show consistency. Anyone can pull off a grand romantic gesture once or twice, but only true love shows up day after day with small reminders of care and affection. Imagine coming home after a terrible day, feeling drained. Without a word, she hands you a glass of water, sits beside you, and lets you vent. She doesn't try to fix everything or offer unsolicited advice. She just listens and provides comfort. That's a small gesture, but it speaks volumes about her love for you. On the flip side, think about relationships that lack these small gestures. Sure, There might be occasional big displays of affection, a surprise weekend getaway or an expensive gift. But without daily consistency, those moments feel hollow. True love isn't about fleeting highs, it's about the steady, reliable presence of someone who truly cares. And don't overlook the emotional impact of these small gestures. Over time, they create a sense of safety and stability in the relationship. You know that no matter how chaotic life gets, she's there for you in small but meaningful ways. This kind of love doesn't just comfort, it transforms. These small gestures aren't just about making you feel loved, they're about respect. When she remembers your preferences, anticipates your needs, or takes a moment to brighten your day, she's saying she values you. She's saying, I see you, and I care enough to show it. Here's a key point. Small gestures need to go both ways. A woman who loves you will do these things, but she'll also appreciate it when you reciprocate. A relationship thrives when both partners are willing to show up, even in the smallest ways. So, if you're lucky enough to have a woman who shows her love through these little acts, make sure you're doing the same for her. It's not about the gesture itself, but the meaning behind it. When a woman consistently shows her love through small actions, she's reminding you she's in it for the long haul. She's showing you her love isn't just a feeling. It's a choice she makes every day. Love isn't tested when everything's going great. It's tested when everything falls apart. A woman who truly loves you will be there for you, not just in your victories, but in your darkest moments. She doesn't run when the storm hits. She stands firm and fights alongside you. This is one of the clearest signs of true love because, let's face it, it's easy to stick around when things are smooth. The real test of commitment is how someone acts when life gets rough. Picture this: you lose your job. It's a huge blow, and suddenly, the weight of the world is on your shoulders. A woman who's only with you for the perks might start pulling away. She might make excuses, grow distant, or even look for an exit. But a woman who loves you, she'll sit beside you, look you in the eye, and say, "We'll get through this together." She won't make it about herself or add to your stress by complaining about how it affects her. Instead, she'll focus on solutions, maybe helping you update your resume, tapping into her network, or even picking up extra work to cover expenses. She doesn't just say, "I'm here for you." She shows it. It's not just financial struggles. Tough times come in many forms: health issues, family problems, personal failures. A woman who loves you will stand by you no matter the challenge. If you're dealing with loss, she'll offer comfort. If you're struggling with mental health, she'll encourage you to seek help and remind you you're not alone. Imagine you're going through an emotionally rough patch. You're not yourself. Maybe you're irritable, withdrawn, or even insecure. A woman who doesn't care might pull away, saying, "I can't deal with this." But a woman who loves you, she'll understand that you're human and everyone has ups and downs. Instead of distancing herself, she'll lean in, offering patience, understanding, and support. That kind of loyalty is rare, and it's what makes it so valuable. A woman who stands by you in tough times is showing you her love is unconditional. She's not just there for the good times, she's committed to weathering every storm with you. And let's be honest, life always has storms. Knowing you have someone by your side, unwavering, makes all the difference. But don't get it twisted. This doesn't mean she's a pushover or will stick around if you're not pulling your weight. A woman who loves you will hold you accountable. If you're not making an effort to overcome your challenges, she'll call you out, but she'll do it with compassion. She's not there to enable you. She's there to support and encourage you to rise. A woman who stands by you in tough times doesn't just show love, she shows character. And character is what separates fleeting flings from lifelong partnerships. The final sign of true love might be the hardest to hear, but one of the most important. A woman who loves you won't let you slide into mediocrity. She won't sit back and watch you make bad decisions, shirk responsibilities, or sabotage your potential. But here's the key: she won't make you feel small when she helps you see yourself. Instead, she'll do it with compassion, lifting you up while encouraging you to be better. Nobody likes criticism, especially from their partner. It's uncomfortable and can even feel like an attack. But a woman who loves you isn't trying to tear you down. She's trying to help you grow. She sees your potential and cares too much to let you waste it. Her accountability comes from love, not control. Imagine this: you've been neglecting your health, eating junk food, skipping workouts, and generally not taking care of yourself. A woman who doesn't care might ignore it, thinking, that's his problem, not mine. But a woman who loves you, she'll sit you down and say, I love you, and I want you to be healthy. Let's figure this out together. Notice the difference. She's not nagging or shaming you. She's offering support. She's helping you see yourself while showing she's in it with you. Another example. Maybe you've been slacking on your goals, procrastinating on that side business, missing opportunities for growth, or settling for less than you're capable of. A woman who loves you won't let you coast. She'll push you forward, not because she wants to control your life, but because she believes in you. She knows you're capable of more, and she wants to see you succeed. But let's be clear, this kind of accountability only works when it's paired with compassion. A woman who loves you won't belittle you, guilt, trip you, or make you feel like a failure. Instead, she'll remind you of your strengths and help you find solutions. She's not there to point out your flaws. She's there to help you overcome them. This level of accountability is rare because it requires emotional maturity. It's easier to ignore problems or criticize out of frustration. But a woman who loves you knows that true accountability comes from care and respect. She's willing to have tough conversations because she values your relationship and your potential too much to stay silent. Accountability isn't just about big issues. It's about the small daily habits that shape your life. A woman who loves you might remind you to stick to your budget, encourage you to follow through on commitments, or gently nudge you to spend more time with family. These things might seem minor, but they add up to a stronger, more fulfilling life. A woman who helps you see yourself with compassion is a gem. She's not just your partner. She's your teammate, your cheerleader, and your biggest advocate. She's not afraid to push you, but she'll always do it in a way that lifts you higher. And that, my friend, is love in its purest form. True love isn't just about grand gestures or fleeting moments of happiness. It's about someone who shows up for you every day. It's about standing strong together through tough times, pushing you to grow, and building a future with unwavering loyalty and care. If the woman you're with embodies these qualities, you're not just lucky, you're respected, valued, and truly loved. And if she doesn't, remember this: love should lift you up, not weigh you down. You deserve a relationship that inspires you to be your best self and never makes you question your worth. If this video resonated with you, hit subscribe now. By doing so, you're not only supporting the Stoic Mindset channel, but also helping this message reach other men who need it. Have you ever felt like you're doing everything right in a relationship, but things still don't work out? Maybe you've been told to be kind, respect her space, or just be yourself, but you still end up confused, frustrated, or even heartbroken. What if the Stoic mindset told you that everything you've learned about attracting women is wrong? The Stoic mindset is about to reveal the truth, the hidden weaknesses every woman has but never talks about, the things every man needs to know. Stick around, because this video could completely change how you think about dating. Drop a comment saying, "The Stoic mindset is ready," below if you're ready to watch this video to the end. Trust the Stoic mindset. You won't want to miss a second. Let's face it, the dating game is rigged and not in your favor. You've probably noticed that the guys who seem to have it all figured out don't follow the rules. They understand something most men don't. Women aren't the logical, rational creatures you might think. They're driven by emotions, and even they don't always know why they're drawn to certain men. That's what the Stoic mindset is here to explain. Today, we're diving into the 10 biggest weaknesses every woman has, and the Stoic mindset will show you how to leverage them, not to manipulate or hurt anyone, but to understand the psychology behind attraction and use it to build stronger, more meaningful relationships. No sugarcoating, no cookie-cutter advice. This is the raw truth, and it's going to hit hard. So buckle up. If you're already finding value in what the Stoic mindset is sharing, hit the like button and subscribe to the Stoic Mindset channel for more honest, game-changing insights that actually work in today's world. Let's be clear from the start, women today are bombarded with options. They've got guys constantly texting, strangers complimenting them, and dating apps offering endless potential matches. So why do most men fail at the dating game despite all these tools? Because they lack consistency. Most guys today are flaky, break promises, and give up too easily. And you know what? Women notice. Here's the harsh truth: women don't trust easily. They're used to men ghosting when things get tough. Whether it's after a few dates or a few months. Most women are always on guard, because they've dealt with guys who don't show up, don't keep their word, and aren't reliable. That's why a man who's consistent in his decisions, actions, and words stands out immediately. Consistency isn't just about showing up on time. It's about embodying stability in every part of your life. You need to be the guy who doesn't just say he'll do something, but actually does it. No hesitation. In a dating world full of inconsistent men, the guy who keeps his word is a beacon in a sea of uncertainty. Start by being consistent with the small things. If you say you'll text later, do it. If you promise to call at a specific time, make sure you're on the phone. Consistency doesn't mean being rigid. It means being dependable. She needs to know you're a man of your word, because reliability is one of the most attractive traits you can bring to the fast-paced, often shallow dating world today. We've all heard that confidence is attractive, but what does that really mean? Confidence isn't arrogance or being loud. True confidence is a quiet belief that you're enough as you are. This kind of confidence is rare, especially in a world where so many men feel the need to constantly prove themselves to others. Women are naturally drawn to confident men because confidence signals security. Think about it, women have their own insecurities about their looks, how they're perceived, or whether they're enough. When a woman meets a man who isn't swayed by external validation, who doesn't need her to feel good about himself, it's a breath of fresh air. That's why confident men stand out in a sea of insecurity. Too many men rely on external things for confidence, their job, looks, or social status. But what happens when those things are taken away? True confidence comes from within. It's about knowing your worth, no matter what life throws at you. When you have this kind of confidence, you're untouchable. Rejection doesn't faze you, obstacles don't shake you. And you definitely don't need a woman's approval to feel good about yourself. Start building inner confidence by setting and achieving goals, no matter how small. Every time you keep a promise to yourself, you strengthen your confidence. And remember, confidence doesn't mean you're perfect. It means you're comfortable with your imperfections. Embrace who you are, flaws and all, and watch how women respond to that authentic confidence. Ambition is one of the most powerful qualities a man can have. In a world where complacency is encouraged and settling for mediocrity is the norm, an ambitious man stands out like a force of nature. Women are drawn to men with a clear sense of purpose and drive because it shows you're moving forward in life. Ambition doesn't necessarily mean you're building $1 million empire or working 80 hours a week. It means you have goals. You're striving for something, and you refuse to settle for good enough. Women want to be with a man who's driven because it makes them feel like they're part of something bigger than themselves. If you're ambitious, it shows you're not content to just drift through life, and that's incredibly attractive. But here's where most guys mess up. They talk about ambition without backing it up. You can't just say you're ambitious. You have to show it. Whether it's in your career, personal growth, or even your hobbies, you need to prove you're always striving for more. Women are drawn to men who are constantly pushing themselves to be better because it signals strength, purpose, and resilience. The bad boy. Women are drawn to them like moths to a flame. But here's the key, it's not because bad boys are jerks. It's because they have qualities women can't resist: unpredictability, mystery, and emotional control. Bad boys don't follow the rules. They don't apologize for who they are, and they definitely don't bend over backward to please women. That's what makes them so magnetic. Women don't want a man they can completely control. They want a man who makes them think, who has his own life, his own priorities, and doesn't revolve around them. Bad boys are masters at creating emotional highs and lows. That roller coaster keeps women coming back. It's the thrill, the unpredictability, the sense that he's just out of reach that makes bad boys so appealing. But here's what you need to know. You don't have to be a jerk to have bad boy traits. You just need to maintain some mystery and emotional independence. Don't spill your entire life story right away. Keep some things to yourself. Don't always be available. Let her wonder where you are or what you're up to. This creates curiosity and keeps her intrigued. Practice emotional control by not letting her mood dictate yours. If she's upset, stay calm. If she's excited, enjoy the moment, but don't get swept away. Bad boys are attractive because they're in control of their emotions and their lives. Women are drawn to that strength and independence. Women crave attention, but here's the kicker: they don't value attention, they get too easily. We live in a world where women can get attention from hundreds of guys with a single click. DMs, likes, comments, it's all there, constantly validating their worth. But because attention is so easy to come by, it's meaningless. The man who stands out is the one who doesn't immediately shower her with attention. When you withhold that validation, it drives her crazy. She's used to getting attention from every guy, so when she doesn't get it from you, she starts wondering why. She'll chase your attention because now it's scarce, and as we all know, scarcity creates value. Women love the chase just as much as men do, but they'll never admit it. When you don't instantly give her what she wants, whether it's compliments, attention, or validation, you're showing that your attention is something she has to earn. And that's exactly what makes it valuable. Stop giving away your attention for free. If you're constantly texting, complimenting, or liking all her social media posts, you're devaluing your attention. Instead, take a step back. Let her come to you. When she feels like she has to work for your attention, she'll value it so much more. There's a reason women are often drawn to men who are in relationships or surrounded by other women. It's called pre-selection. When a woman sees that other women want you, it triggers something in her brain that says, "This guy must be worth it." It's the same reason people want to buy things everyone else is after. If it's in demand, it must be valuable. Pre-selection is powerful because it taps into women's competitive instincts. When she sees you with other attractive women, even if they're just friends, it elevates your status in her eyes. She starts wondering what it is about you that draws other women in, and that curiosity makes her want you more. This is why men who are in relationships or have a lot of female friends often get chased by other women. It's not that these women are trying to break up relationships. It's that they're drawn to the idea that this man is valuable. If he's valuable to other women, he's valuable to her too. Surround yourself with high-value women, even if they're just friends. When a woman sees you comfortable and confident around other women, it signals you're a man of worth. She'll start seeing you as someone worth pursuing simply because other women see your value. Masculinity is under attack in today's world, but the truth is, women are biologically wired to be attracted to masculine men. This doesn't mean you have to be aggressive or domineering. It's about embodying strength, both physical and emotional. Women want to be with a man who can protect them, lead them, and make them feel safe. Masculinity isn't just about muscles. It's about having a purpose, standing firm in your beliefs, and having emotional resilience. Women are drawn to men who know who they are and aren't easily swayed by external circumstances. They want a man who can stay calm in the face of challenges, make decisions with confidence, and keep his emotions in check. In today's dating world, too many men are overly emotional. They react to everything, get upset over small things, and let women control their feelings. A truly masculine man is in control of his emotions. He doesn't unravel when things don't go his way. He stays calm, composed, and in charge. That's what makes him magnetic. Start cultivating your masculine energy by taking responsibility for your life. Stop blaming others or external circumstances for your problems. Be decisive in your actions. When faced with challenges, tackle them head-on without letting emotions take over. Women want to feel safe and protected by a man who's in control of himself and his life. Women are naturally drawn to leaders. This doesn't mean you have to be the CEO of a company. It means you need to lead in your interactions with her. Leadership isn't about barking orders, it's about making decisions and showing you know where you're going in life. Women want a man who can guide them, not someone who's always asking for their opinion or needing validation. Leadership is especially attractive because it combines authority with charm. You don't have to be rigid to be a leader. You can lead through your actions, confidence, and ability to make others feel valued. Women want to be with a man who knows what he's doing and isn't afraid to take charge. It makes them feel secure and excited to be around him. They feel like they're part of an exciting journey. When you show leadership in your interactions with women, she'll be more drawn to you because she'll see you as someone capable of making decisions and creating change. Leadership isn't just about strength. It's about confidence, decisiveness, and knowing what you're doing. All these qualities make women find you irresistible. Next time you're on a date, take the lead. Plan the evening, make decisions, and don't be afraid to steer the conversation. Women are drawn to men who take control of the situation because it makes them feel safe and valued. When you show leadership, she'll naturally follow your lead. Emotional intelligence is one of the most underrated qualities a man can have. Most men think emotional intelligence means being sensitive or overly emotional, but that's not it. Emotional intelligence is the ability to understand your own emotions and those of others. It's knowing when to listen, when to speak, and when to give space. Women are emotional creatures, and they need a man who can handle that. Most men try to fix everything when a woman expresses her feelings, but women don't want you to fix things. They want you to listen and understand. When you can listen without judgment, you build a deep emotional connection that most men can't achieve. Emotional intelligence also means controlling your own emotions. Women don't want to be with a man who's quick to anger or can't handle himself. They want a man who can stay calm under pressure and navigate life's ups and downs without falling apart. Practice active listening. Next time she's upset about something, don't jump to solutions. Let her talk, acknowledge her feelings, and show you understand. This simple act can build a level of trust and emotional intimacy that most men never reach.